American Geography Matt Black. There are documentary photo books that try to show a part of the world. And then there are books that try to redefine how we understand the world. American Geography by Matt Black belongs to the second category. Published in 2021, the project is a result of a journey of more than 100,000 miles across the United States between 2014 and 2020. Over 6 years, Matt Black traveled through 46 states and Puerto Rico, photographing communities with poverty rates above 20%. But the importance of the project is not simply the scale of the journey. The real importance lies in what Black discovered while traveling. He realized that he could cross almost the entire United States without ever leaving areas of poverty. That observation completely changes the meaning of the work. Poverty no longer appears as an isolated exception or a local accident. Instead, it becomes a continuous geography, a hidden map stretching across the entire country. And that is precisely why the book is called American Geography. Matt Black is proposing another definition of the American landscape itself. The project begins from something deeply personal. Black grew up in California's Central Valley, an agricultural region shaped by migrant labor, economic inequality, and structural poverty. In interviews, he has said that the original question behind the project was simple: how many places like mine exist in America? That changes the position of the photographer completely. He is not traveling to observe other people. He is searching for extensions of his own home. And maybe that is why the book carries such emotional weight. Visually, American Geography is built through an extremely harsh black and white aesthetic. The blacks are deep, the shadows heavy, and the texture is rough. Many photographs seem covered in dust, smoke, or decay. There is no polished or nostalgic beauty here. Everything feels exhausted. The streets are often empty. Buildings appear abandoned, roads feel endless, industrial landscapes seem worn down by time. Even when people appear in the photographs, they often feel absorbed into the environment itself, as if the weight of the place is larger than the individual inside it. Black does not construct heroic images. He also avoids sentimentality. Instead, his photographs carry something more uncomfortable, a constant sense of historical exhaustion. In that sense, American Geography clearly belongs to the tradition of American documentary photography. It is impossible not to think about Dorothea Lange and the Farm Security Administration during the Great Depression. Echoes of Walker Evans are also present, and especially Robert Frank's The Americans. Like Frank, Matt Black uses the act of traveling across America to dismantle the myth of the American dream. But while Robert Frank still photographed a powerful, contradictory, and culturally vibrant country in the 50s, Matt Black shows a nation that feels depleted, fractured by decades of economic inequality, industrial collapse, and social abandonment. The difference is important. Frank often photographed American symbols: flags, cars, diners, jukeboxes, parades, highways. Black photographed the infrastructure of abandonment: empty gas stations, rundown motels, bus stops, destroyed houses, forgotten towns, roads where it feels as if time itself stopped moving. And one of the most important aspects of American geography is that it does not function only as a photo book. The project also includes travel notes, overheard conversations, found objects, newspaper fragments, tickets, advertisements, and short text written by Black himself. All of this transformed the book into something closer to an archive or an emotional cartography of the United States. It is not simply a sequence of photographs, it becomes a physical record of movement through the country. The editing and structure of the book are also essential. The project is divided into four major regions: South and West, South and East, and North and West. Yet while moving through the book, the landscape never truly seems to change. And that repetition is intentional. Plaque wants to show how poverty reappears again and again in different forms, stretching through deserts, industrial cities, rural towns, and urban peripheries. The result becomes almost claustrophobic. The feeling is not one of discovering different places, but of remaining trapped inside the same system. And that is where the project becomes deeply political. Because American geography insists on one central idea. Poverty is not an individual failure. It is not simply the result of bad decisions or personal mistakes. It's structural, historical, economic, embedded into the very functioning of the country itself. I think it's really important because we have this narrative of poverty, social conditions is a result of individual failure, but we should know better. Matte Black photographs an America that is usually excluded from official representations of the nation. We don't see the monument. We don't see monuments. We do not see financial centers. We do not see the spectacle of major cities. We see the country from ground level, from secondary roads, from gas stations, from temporary housing, from places where the promise of progress never truly arrived. That is why the book functions almost like a countermap of the United States, a parallel geography, an invisible America. And perhaps that is the greatest strength of American geography, the understanding that a nation is not only defined by borders or major cities, but also by the social conditions that shape everyday life within them. Matt Black uses documentary photography not simply to explain poverty, but to question the national narrative of the United States itself. If Robert Frank, the Americans, dismantled the American dream during the 50s, American geography shows what remains after decades of inequality and economic fracture. And by the end of the book, one uncomfortable question remains. Is poverty simply part of the American landscape? Or was the American landscape built upon it?